Hello, I'm Bliznub, and welcome to Building the Best. Today we're going to be looking at the Lacera, which is the second sword and whip type weapon, blade and whip, damn it, type weapon that has come out. And this one I am particularly excited about for the simple reason that it has a base 45% status chance. And you may think to yourself, but Bliznub, we can get 100% status chance builds. You've done them in the past. How is that so special? Well now, fine viewer. Because we can get a nearly 100% status chance build with only 2 different damage types. We don't actually need more than 2 of these delightful mods in order to max out our status chance. And so we have here an example build. So we have a Virulent Scourge and Volcanic Edge giving me gas damage, and you should note that the gas damage actually, pardon me, is not combining with the electric damage. We're not actually getting corrosive and then heat. We're getting electric and gas because there are no electric damage mods down here. So, of course, we have Pressure Point and Spore Strike to buff up our base damage, Fury for attack speed, and Reach because it's a whip. You just have to have a reach on here. It really is just required. But the fantastic thing about this is we have a decent attack speed, decent damage, but we have a 99% status chance with only 2 elements. I mean, in theory, you could have only 1 element on here if it were combined with electricity. If I were to swap one of these mods out for an electric mod, you'd have just 1 element with guaranteed status procs on every hit, meaning you can choose your status proc. And that is fantastic. But for this, I'm going to be taking gas, because for the very first time, I'm going to test this in a sortie. And the sortie today happens to be up against Infested. So, yeah, let's try this thing out. Now, some of you, a lot of you, okay, most of you have probably wondered why I test my weapons against, relatively speaking, low-level enemies. We're talking level 30 to 40 enemies. And it's because I like to test my weapons against things you can relate to killing. Things you can relate to having fought. And, well, not many people fight level 100 enemies on a daily basis. But now sorties have come around. This is different. And come on, spit at me. There we go. Thank you. I'm doing 0 damage. What was the special on this sortie? Do they have elemental resistance? Because that would just be embarrassing. But it doesn't really matter, because the Lacera is still dealing with them fantastically. This weapon is getting procs on every hit, and they're either lightning, which is stunning a crowd, or gas, which is, well, brutally murdering them. Uh-oh. Now, I'm not going to stick around long enough to test this thing on the Juggernaut, because I know I'm not going to win against the level 60 Juggernaut without going invisible. And you guys don't want to see me just running... Ah! Never mind! Change of plans! Maybe you guys do want to see me going around getting 3-4 times damage multipliers from being invisible. I don't know. Let's see. I know melee weapons against the Juggernaut is a generally awful idea, so I'm just going to keep talking about the weapon and ignore that guy. Now, as a blade and whip type weapon, when you're invisible, the damage is ridiculous. As a blade and whip type weapon, you have incredible amounts of reach when the weapon is equipped. Now, one thing to note, when you don't have the weapon equipped, just going to go visible again, the whip never comes out. It is just a longsword. This is very important to note. It means that you really have to equip this weapon to get its full potential. Ow. Should have put a life strike on. But, honestly, it's just so much fun. This thing deals 1,000 damage, which is relatively small compared to some of my other builds. I mean, for instance, my Cero build, which is pure elemental, deals 2 kinds of damage. And it deals about 1,500, I think. But this is only dealing 1,000, but because of the guaranteed crit you can get, it is just fantastically OP. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I mean, this weapon is just good. It's just good. There's no two ways about it. These are level 60 enemies who are falling over to it consistently. I'm going to die, but that was predictable. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. I'm Bliznub. These are some infested beating on my face. This is what I all know you want to see on YouTube. And this is, of course, the Lacera with Defiled Snapdragon. Now, I couldn't get the... Was there a new stance? I don't think there was a new stance. But Defiled Snapdragon is kind of a pain to get, so I can kind of recommend trying to go to the market to get it. Why am I popping thousands of zeros? Ah, because he's immune to gas damage, of course. I'm going to just do this real quick, because I should be wrapping up. Thank you for watching. As I was saying, this is the Lacera. And this weapon is fantastic. Please like and comment below, and oh god, subscribe if you want to see more. This is why I don't record in sorties. Actually, no, this is why I don't record against Infested. Thank you for watching.